Members of the marginalized Batwa community, known as Pygmy, have been displaced from their homes and are living in this abandoned factory in Nyunzu town in northern Katanga in southeastern Democratic Republic of Congo. People who live in this site have told us that they're afraid to leave because they might be attacked by the Luba militia that they fear is surrounding the camp. The Pygmy or Batwa in northern Katanga, like in other parts of Central Africa, have suffered systematic discrimination and exclusion from society. During the Belgian colonial period, they were treated as subhumans, and some were kidnapped and taken around the world and brought to zoos, and they were even taken to the World's Fair in St. Louis in 1904. Today, the Batwa are still discriminated against. They don't have access to land, they don't have access to healthcare or education.
Wenye kuvamiwa, hatuna fasi ya bulongo, tunaweza kusema na siye, tutaingia fasi fulani, tutumike, juu tuko na nguvu. Sasa tutafanya nini wa kututetea sasa?
In mid-2013, members of the Batwa community started to demand that their basic rights be respected. When they started to demand these rights, members of the Luba ethnic group, the other major ethnicity in northern Katanga, resisted. Both sides then formed these loosely organized militia groups in northern Katanga, and they began these tit-for-tat attacks. The United Nations has reported that hundreds of civilians have been killed, tens of thousands of people displaced from their homes, and dozens of villages burned to the ground. In one of the worst recent attacks, Luba militia fighters known as the Elements attacked a camp for displaced people known as Vumilia 1. When the Elements or the Luba militia fighters came into the attack, they were armed with bows and arrows and axes and machetes, and they burned the entire camp to the ground. They killed at least 30 Batwa men, women, and children. Dozens of others are missing and feared dead.
Sibambote tulikuwa mule tulikuwa ba mingi. Baki paile pase watu wa mingi balikimbia mapembeni. Wengine mapale ikamatiwa, wanaumijiwa, wanauawa wakubwa na watoto.
Local authorities from Nyunzu, most of whom are Luba, have minimized the attack on Vumilia 1 camp. Their official report is that only between 0 and 4 Batwa were killed during this attack. Local authorities have also warned Congolese Red Cross workers and local human rights activists who've tried to document the attack, telling them not to speak out about the attack or to report on the number of people killed. The Batwa militia fighters have also been responsible for serious abuses against members of the Luba ethnic group. They attacked numerous villages, killing and kidnapping civilians and burning villages to the ground.
Kabila yoyote iko ni mtu. Haikuwa kusema uko na ubaguzi, hii ubaguzi itaisha je?
Protecting civilians from all communities who are at risk of attack should be the government's top priority in northern Katanga. But in order to address the issues underlying the violence, the basic rights of this long oppressed Batwa community must be respected.